Hey guys, welcome back. This is SFVOG here doing another video episode of Growing for Freedom, and just felt the need to do a quick video update from our main production line over at the what used to be the primary nursery, which is now playing second fiddle to the Epic nursery, which has obviously been doing really well. But no matter how well the third nursery does, this is still our most robust production line where we just get all of our clones from. Basically, this is more or less the anchor of all of our productivity, in which we run nothing but SFVOG. And you can see right now, guys, the mothers are just out of control. And I think that the last two cut rounds, we've gotten in excess of 900 clones. I think the first cut round was 487, second was 475, and it looks like at about the 12 or 13 day mark, we're going to be getting another round of clones, and maybe as many as 2 to 3 more rounds of clones. But after that, I don't see these plants making it past. And even if they do, we have to plan for the future, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that in today's video. But as you guys can probably tell, the output of the lights looks a lot different from reflector to reflector, and that is because right now we've got all of these in their lowest current modes. And even though we are running 3 Lumitechs and 1 Solus Tech, they're just the different generations. They all do weird things. Like this one here on the left is, I think, the newest generation 600 from Lumitech, which goes all the way down to 300 watts, but the older generation, this one here, only goes to 360, so you can see it's a little bit brighter. I believe this one here also goes down to 360, but it's a much older ballast, so you can see the difference of output. You know, it's quite, noticeable here on video. And then we've got the Solus, which runs at 400 watts. It does not actually have a setting below 400, just with the 400, then the 400 Solus boost, and then the 600 and 600 Solus boost. But I really would like to get this whole situation here rectified, just get one standard set of ballasts, and I've been leaning, I think, guys, towards going with the Extreme Nano, because I've been really impressed with the output of those little ballasts, and they'd be very easy to implement here in this garden. You know, obviously putting them on top of the rack would not be difficult, and then mounting them up against the wall right above the reservoir, again, would not be difficult. They're just so small and so light. So that's probably an upgrade we're going to be doing here in the not so distant future. But as far as more important things we have to plan for is what we're going to do about these mothers. So obviously, like I said, guys, these things have been producing really well. They're growing and growing and growing. We keep raising the lights accordingly to make sure that they've got space. And, you know, I predict that we're going to probably get another 400 plus cuttings on the next round. But, you know, you got to anticipate that just cannot go on forever. So wanted to go ahead and cover or hedge my bets, I guess you could say, by raising a whole set of SFVOGs here preemptively. Now, my whole strategy for getting SFVOG mothers is always the same. You know, obviously the goal is to get 8 really large, great plants like the ones that we have, but we don't want to just take 8 clones and grow them out. So we start with 24 total. From those 24, we're going to go ahead and cull out 8, just like we would in a flowering grow. And then from there, you know, we have 4 plants per 600 underneath the main production line. And then from those 16 plants, we cull the final 50% to get us down to a final 8. So that is the strategy. Now, what I'm going to basically do is monitor these plants while these ones are growing. And honestly, guys, if it really feasibly looks like these things can continue on to make it all the way through not only the end of the veg cycle of the on-deck plants that we're going to use for the moneymaker, but an additional 3 or 4 more weeks, you know, to grow another set of plants that will eventually replace these. If I really think it'll make it that long, these plants, you know, then we'll just go ahead and sell these off. Or at least I opened up the options to maybe potentially just retire half the production line and then grow up, you know, the whole replacement set of plants under their own set of 600s. But, you know, the real point of the video is, guys, I want to have options. I don't want to get into a situation where my mother plants look like they're going to die and I have absolutely nothing to possibly replace them with. And it creates complications because, remember, guys, these flood tables are also going to have to be used for the on-deck plants for the moneymakers. So I do have to plan the new plants for this production line around those, since obviously the flowering room takes precedence. But in order to cover my bets, just want to make sure at least we have these plants, so I at least have some options. And if these things, you know, look like they're going to quickly take a shit on me, then we can just go ahead and kill them all, and we'll have a whole new, fresh set of really great clones to replace them. And that is pretty much the point of this video. So in about 3 days or so, guys, we'll go ahead and cut the living crap out of these things again, and then I continue to grow them up. And if they keep going taller and start breaking the 7 feet mark, you know, we still have about I don't know, another 12 inches of vertical we can possibly go to keep these things going. But I do hope that we could probably retire them by then, because generally speaking, guys, when the plants start getting that tall and the moms are that old, they really don't give the best clones anyways. And I really do want to maintain a high level of quality. But this has definitely been the most successful run of SFVOG that I've ever done. I mean, these things have just really produced more so than just about any set of plants I've ever grown in a comprehensive set. So just loving it, guys. Really loving the production, but we obviously need to get more, which will take us to more video updates that we're going to be doing here right after this. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes.